Welcome, Sojourners. You have found yourself a cozy place here at Sojourners Awake. I'm Jonathan, and this is our production of The Wild and the Wind. The Sojourners have left the city of Andor and they head over the northern west territories in the Kingdom of Tetherna. They are traveling onward to Bertie's hometown of Sultana, near the coast. Follow along as the Sojourners plant their feet in the wilderness and survive harrowing adventures, certainly not without incident. And so for now, our story continues.
I'm going to look around to see if I see anything useful in the web.
Make an investigation check.
11.
Bertie, you go looking around and find that the webbing is incredibly sticky, and your hands get stuck, and then you stick your hands on the wall, and that's now stuck, and now your knees are stuck, and you're finding that within a couple minutes you'll be completely coated in this spidery goo. It's a lot stronger than natural webbing. It seems sticky and slimy and almost with a mind of its own.
Okay, guys, I guess I'm going to climb down now. Grandma and you guys can go away. I'm good.
Bertie, you're stuck. Bertie, you roll around trying to get to the bottom and you find yourself completely stuck up in this web.
Bertie, are you okay up there?
I mean, I really could use like a sharp object to cut myself out.
Okay, hang on, I'm coming up.
What's wrong with Bertie? Samoon, are you okay?
She's stuck, I think. Just one moment. And Eris will close her eyes and take a deep breath, and then those spectral wings will appear around her. And she will fly up. Oh, hey, wait, does anyone have a torch?
Irony just hands you a torch with his mouth open, his eyes
Thank
wide.
you. Strike my flint and light it. And it's not even paying attention to him. And I'll just fly up with the torch and a dagger and see if I can see Bertie and what's going on and how I can kind of maneuver around these branches.
Like a diva rising from her throne, this spectral creature with glowing eyes and a torch in her hand, dagger in the other, ascends the hole from which you entered into, Bertie. Eris enters into the spider's chamber.
And now we're both stuck. I was hoping I could see her without, but oh gracious. Kind of peek my head in, trying not to touch anything. Do I see Bertie?
You can see Bertie wallowing around in the spider web, just sticking more to her the more she moves. Like a tar baby, she is stuck inside this web.
I'm going to attempt to drift towards her without getting stuck myself. But I don't know how narrow it is, and I don't know how the physics works on my spectral wings, so.
It's very simple. You'll just need to make a dexterity check. Don't roll a 1 or 2.
Okay. So why would you say that?
And you'll get stuck.
Oh, whew, 19. Plus,
You move gracefully through this spider chamber, and it's pretty large, especially since you can move in some sort of flight. As you hover over Bertie, you see her struggling in the webs.
I'm going to first attempt to cut her hands loose with my dagger before I try the torch. Hang on, Bertie, stay still. I'm going to try to cut you loose. I brought some fire in case we need to burn it away, but I'd rather not.
I don't like being stuck. I'm kind of claustrophobic.
Okay, here. And she'll start just cutting away as quickly as she can.
Irony calls out to you, Samoon. Can you hear them? Are they okay? They've been there a while. What did Eris do? What was that?
Samoon's picking himself up off the ground. Served you right, but I told you to let me go. Oh, all right, Irony. And he kind of just listens, and he hears the commotion up top. Yeah, I think Eris is being helpful. I don't really know. Should I go check too? And I pull out one of the ninja stars that I had gotten in Skyworld.
Can you climb up there?
Can I climb up there? I mean, I can climb up there and I can float up there.
You too? Oh, man.
Let's find out.
Well, don't be too long. Irony looks around. Oh, okay, don't be too long.
Yeah, Samoon's going to use his levitate to just kind of glide himself up the tree and poke his head into the hole.
You glide up into the tree, and the boughs are dark and cavernous. As you move through the branches, you see that there is a large hive, dome-like webbing of spider silk and thread and muck. You enter in through the tunneling chamber, and you see Eris finishing off the remains of cutting Bertie free.
Hey, Eris, are you guys okay in here?
My gracious, Samoon!
Sorry.
I nearly dropped the torch.
Well, this place could use a little lightening up. I was just coming to check on you guys because Irony was getting worried.
We're fine. Maybe you should hold on to me, Bertie, and we can drift down together, or?
I mean, I can't see anything in here, but there might be something cool in this place if you look around.
Well, okay. I do have a torch and I am glowing. But it's probably not casting a lot of light. I didn't even look around. What do I see when I look around?
Hearing that, Samoon's just gonna do a double take left and right to see if he can find anything.
I can give you some light if you want. Do you want the torch? I'll offer it to Bertie.
I'll take the torch.
Okay.
I also just remembered I have a hand axe in my pocket.
Well, good. You can cut yourself loose.
I should have done that.
Well, we all get into trouble sometimes. I think your hands were pretty caught.
I'm not somebody who needs help, though.
Oh, I never thought that you did.
Okay. Can we find anything going on here?
Eris, as you glow in the spider's chamber, you see the two furry legs recoiled in its tunnel. And near that section, you see the remains of a poor skeleton sucked dry, all the marrow seeped from its life. And in its hand, it clutches a wand. Samoon, as you float around this spidery chamber, you see something hanging from a spider silk. Looks like a nest where some eggs are attempting to hatch. And inside this nest is a corked potion bottle filled with a viscous yellow fluid.
Hey guys. It looks like this tree is going to have more residents in due time, but in the midst of these baby spiders that are trying to come out, there seems to be some type of bottle in here with a yellow liquid in it. Should I try to grab it?
We can try lighting the nest on fire, and then you can reach in there without burning your hand.
But what if the liquid explodes?
You said it's in a bottle?
It's in a bottle that is stuck into the spider's nest about 40 feet off the ground.
Well, Eris has gone on, so I'm not there to contribute to this conversation. I'm going after the wand. So
Eris, as you reach and grab the wand, it gently cracks away from the skeletal hand.
And I'm being very cautious because I'm not sure if that spider is dead or sleeping.
Very much alive, it is frightful of your presence, and as you glow, it resends any deeper into the tunnel. You grab hold of the wand, and it looks like a small wooden wand, charging with some magical power.
Tuck that into my cloak, and very cautiously I'll drift backwards back because I don't want to take my eyes off the spider. as I'm going towards where I hear Bertie and Samoon, as I get closer, discussing baby spiders.
Samoon.
Gonna get a little closer to this egg sack, and he's gonna grab the back portion of the bottle that's exposed and just kind of give it a gentle wiggle, kind of like you're playing Jenga and you're looking for the loose block. And he's just very cautiously seeing if he pulls with any leverage, will it come out easily, or is it stuck for good?
Let's do a sleight of hand check. You need to go for a 15 or higher.
That is a nat 1 plus 2.
Well, you know what that means.
Yep.
Roll for initiative.
The tower comes down.
100 baby spiders.
Samoon, you gently reach and grab a hold of this backside of the potion bottle with 3 fingers, and you have a really good grip. You start to pull, and suddenly the hanging end of the spider nest just snaps, and the entire weight of the nest falls down 40 feet to the ground right on top of Bertie Cartwright. Bertie, the nest slams onto your head, and these egg sacs release all over you. Thousands of spiders begin to crawl all over your body, the potion lying unbroken at your feet. Bertie.
Okay, I have the torch. I'm just gonna take the torch and start jabbing it with my hand.
Yes, so go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. 15 or higher.
A 18.
18 is a success, so you take half damage, 10 points of spider bite damage as these creatures nibble and bite and poison. You thrust the torch near your body and burn most of them off, running around the room. Samoon.
Oh my goodness, Bertie, I'm so sorry. My finger slipped. I promise it was not meant to fall. I was just seeing whether or not the bottle was loose enough to pull it out.
It's okay, just get the potion. The bottle didn't break, so we're okay. Just grab it. I want to see what it is.
Okay. And he's just gonna walk down to her. All right, I have it. Let's get out of this tree.
I agree. I'm tired of this tree. Bertie, how are you going to get down? Do you want to hold on to me?
Well, Bertie still has kind of the nest remnants on her head, and her hair is slightly singed. And she's like, well, I think I can climb.
Okay.
I think good. She just starts to slowly go from branch to branch down.
I will drift slowly at her pace, endeavoring to be the last one down in case the spider comes back.
Bertie, make an athletics check. 15 or higher, please.
That would be a 14.
14. Bertie, your hands slip. The branches are not spacious enough to accommodate you, and you slip and you fall to the ground.
Ouch.
Another 7 points of damage as you bust your head on the ground. Eris and Samoon, you float gently to the ground, and at the bottom, Irony is being held hostage by a gang of goblins. His mouth is gagged, his eyes are wide, his hands are tied behind his back, and a group of tattooed, evil-looking goblins are all snickering and slobbering, and one of them with a large cudgel says,
"Oh, good. Give us all your items. Everything. Free stuff for your friend dies and becomes dinner for tonight."
Eris.
And we didn't see them on the way down. We just get down and look up and oh, surprise, goblins. I mean, that's fine if that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprise, goblins. So yeah, Eris is so concerned about Bertie. She just fell, and I tried to grab her, and I missed, but don't tell her I missed because she already doesn't like me. But maybe if I helped, she wouldn't have liked that either because she doesn't want help. And oh my gosh, they just said I was family, and I'm failing them. And I drift all the way down, and my feet touch down. And I look up. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Bertie, you lift up and you rub the back of your head, and you see that's off a good couple yards away. Irony is being held hostage by these goblins demanding all of your supplies.
Well, I hope this potion is worth it. And then I'm just gonna rage. And then just go punch the first goblin.
Bertie rushes into the fray and just starts attacking. Yikes. 20 goblins?
Why not?
Ellen's had a hard week.
I think that's exactly what Bertie would do, though. I mean, I was getting ready to threaten them, so I'm glad that she just took that out of my hands.
Yep. Okay. All right. We'll say Bertie's at the top of the initiative. All right. So 140 hit points to destroy. If you get to 70 hit points, you start to rattle their nerves and frighten the group. They are of hive mind, so they believe majority wins, is what you know about goblins. Bertie, 12 or higher is a successful attack.
All right. Well, I am raging, so Grammy and Bubba is out. All right, and then I'm going to just punch the closest goblin, and that would be a miss. I'm gonna do again. That one is a hit with 17. 12 points.
Bertie jumps into the mess and starts smacking goblins left and right. Samoon, you get this image of Bertie and can only possibly imagine the legendary Bertie that fought off the goblins in the town of Sultana. And yet here she is again on home turf, smacking goblins and breaking their jaws like some renowned hero of old.
I hear you, Bertie. Maybe this potion will be worth something. And Bertie just takes off, and Samoon's like, where'd you go? And he sees this amassed group, and Bertie just going and flailing. He's like, okay. And he pulls out a second sword, and then he kind of just sets the potion down and pulls out a second sword. And then he sees like a little group of goblins to the side of where Bertie like plunged into their lines. Your turn. And before they can even respond, with my dread ambusher, Samoon increases his walking speed by 10 feet, and it's almost like he just phases right into them and just starts hacking and slashing.
And with your extra 10 feet of movement, go ahead and take an extra 10 points of damage to your damage attacks.
First attack is a 17 by itself.
Good.
So that'll be d6 plus 2 is 4, so 6 on the first hit.
Plus 10, 16 hits.
Okay. That was my dreaded ambusher, so I get to make one additional attack. So now I'm doing my regular attacks. And that is a 9 plus 5, so I think that one's going to be a 14.
That's a hit.
Yeah, the third attack's gonna be a miss. With the force of his rush, they're starting to like jump back.
Samoon caught up in the center, swinging his scimitars, cleaving goblins in half. Eris, it is your turn.
I'm going to follow my compatriots because negotiation doesn't seem to be an option, but I am charging with my shield out straight for the one that's holding irony with my rapier. That'll be a natural 20.
Oh!
And because I have the Piercer feat, I get to roll an additional, so I get to roll 3 damage die.
Yes.
So that's gonna be an 8, a 1, boo, and a 2. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points total. If he's still on his feet holding irony, I'm going to attack him again. If he's not, I'll go for the next one. That's a 15 to hit. That's another 8. These dice are great. 8, 9, 10. So that's 11 points total with my bonus to that goblin holding irony.
Eris, you rush in, shield brazen, rapier out, and you duel, cutting Irony's bonds loose to the side. Irony goes flopping under a mess of goblins. Challenging you, thrust the rapier straight through the throat of the leader. Goblins begin ascending on top of him, creating some kind of goblin totem pole. land up on top of you, and like 1, 2, 3, you shish kebab 3 goblins onto your rapier. Throw them down
Fling
to the
them aside.
Yes, fling them aside. flicking the
Irony, get
goblin.
near me.
Irony
say with my
huddles near you. Goblins pawing and clawing him, trying to take all kinds of things in this whirling dervish of goblins. Let me add at the damage.
44 plus 12.
56. At 56 out of 140 damage, these goblins are still ready to attack. So everyone needs to make a dexterity 15 saving throw. 20 points of damage, half on a save.
I saved with the natural 18.
8. For Bertie.
20 points of damage. Bertie, these goblins are biting into you now.
But are they like piercing damage since she's raging? Does that still have?
That would be half. Bertie, then you flex and with your shoulders, you smack the goblins who are biting into your shoulders into the face, and they fall back with faces bleeding. 10 points of damage. One of the leaders is going to make an attack against Eris. He takes up the mantle of his fallen leader's weapon, this crude-looking spear, and he makes attack against you. 14 to hit.
18's my armor class because my shield's out.
He clangs crude stone against metal, and his eyes start to widen with fear. All right, Bertie, it's your turn.
All right, gonna punch a goblin. First attack misses. Next one is a natural 20.
Yay!
Heyo. So what do? I just double what I get, right?
Yeah, whatever you roll it twice. 14 points. Goblins begin to try to crawl away, and Bertie grabs them by the ankles and swings them around, using them as weapons, smacking them into each other. Samoon.
Yeah, following the first round of attacks, he continues to just flurry his swords from goblin to goblin. It's an 18 by itself.
Success.
So that is a 3 plus 2, so 5 damage.
Yep.
And the second blade is a 17 by itself.
Nice.
So a 3 plus 2, so another 5. So 10 points total.
24 points in that round. Goblins getting cut ear to ear. Eris.
I got an action surge I mentioned to use. So I'm just going to start slashing at whatever's near me. Okay, I got a 13, so that will hit. Good gracious, that is another 8. This D8 is my friend. So 11.
Okay.
And then she'll attack again. That is a natural 12.
Okay.
Plus, so then this must not be right. I got another 8. That's like every time. I think I need a different D8. I feel kind of bad.
You're just like poking these goblins. That's great.
And I am going to use my action surge. So she's stabbing, keeping irony behind her shield. 11 points, and then she just kind of this guttural and takes an action surge to do it again. It's another 12 plus 6, so that'll hit. That's only a 7 this time for damage, so 7 plus 3. And then that last one will miss with an 11. So 7 plus 3, 8 plus 3, 8 plus 3. Okay.
56 damage this round. At 102 damage, the goblins are now starting to panic. They take cheap shots at everyone, so DC 12 dexterity saving throw. Only 10 points of damage this time, half on a save.
Saved with a 21.
13 for me.
7.
Is that a save, or Bertie got another 20 points?
No, you said 10.
Oh, that's right, 10 because you're raging. Yep, sorry.
Well, you said it was
And-
10 points
Because
total.
they were cheap shots.
So 5, yeah.
So 5.
What are dex saves for Bertie?
I mean, she's not.
Just flapping your hands up, smacking them to the side, throwing them off of you.
Hey, she started this fight. She's gonna finish it.
Yep.
The rest of the goblins then decide, and they start to scream and scramble, and you see one of them just banging against a cowbell. They all disperse, moving away from you, and begin to run up into the hills in full retreat, leaving behind scattered weapons and sacks and loincloths in their wake. Bertie, it is your turn. They seem to be disbanding. Irony lying bleeding at Eris's side.
Hey, I have an idea. And then she goes and grabs the potion, the yellow potion, and she walks over to Irony and is like, maybe we should try this potion on Irony. It might help him feel better.
Wait, no. It's a very bad idea, Bertie.
Oh.
We don't know what it is.
What do you think it is?
I just know
Well-
I hurt really bad. Oh.
See? I mean, it
It's-
can't make it worse.
No, here, I can do something. And I will lay my hands on Irony and cast Healing Hands, which is a racial feat, 3d4, to heal him. And he better be worth it, because I was going to use that on my teammates.
Samoon, the goblins lie dead at your feet with 20-something running away from you. How do you respond?
Just heavy breathing. Man, it's good to be back in the wilderness where everything wants to eat you. It's been a while. And he just kind of has a smirk. He kind of just flings his sword just to like kind of splotch off the goblin guts, if you will, and then he's gonna just resheath them for now. And he's gonna look down and see if any of them happen to have a water skin.
Samoon, you kick around a couple of the corpses and you see that, yes, there is one perfectly intact and full water skin.
Hey guys, look what I found! A water skin was provided to me!
The goblin,
See?
still alive, like hangs onto the water skin and starts to slash at you with a weapon.
Samir's just gonna, he's gonna hold the one water skin, and with his left arm, he's going to, this time, instead of naturally using levitate, he's gonna cast it, and he's gonna do like a force punch to the goblin and just levitate him the full 30 feet away.
Splatters onto the ground 40 feet away from you.
So this one's a pretty good condition. The owner said I could keep it.
Later on that evening, you press on through the countryside of Tetherna. The hills providing some arduousness of travel. As you settle in for that evening, you make camp that night. Irony, everyone looking pretty wounded. Who will make camp?
I'll make camp.
Bertie, if you would roll a d20 on an 18, 19, or 20, you find a perfect place for a long rest. Otherwise, you make do in the wild.
14.
You find a small, patchy, grassy area near a hillside next to a capsized, next to a caved-in mausoleum.
All right, I'm gonna take my birdhouse and just set it on a nearby rock. That birdhouse that I got from.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just kind of reach my hand inside of it and then go inside.
I'd forgotten about that.
I
Bertie.
say to everybody, like, hey guys, I think we can be in here. It's pretty warm. I think, as her voice kind of trails off.
What is that?
And
Where
Eris-
did Bertie go?
Eris, as you say that, suddenly your voice begins to ascend in pitch.
Oh.
And
What is that?
the four of you enter into the birdhouse and find a nicely well-lit illusionary image of the sun setting in the background in a small little area with perches and nests and a series of eggs. Eris, when you look at Bertie, who has just stepped in the birdhouse, she appears as a small little parakeet. You look down at your hands and recognize 2 yellow feathers where your hands once were. Irony hopping off to the side, cheep, 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 cheep. And of course, Samoon, who just steps in through the birdhouse, looking like a blue and white parakeet.
How hard did my head get hit?
Where are we? What is this? What happened?
What? Is everybody seeing this?
Oh, Bertie, did you give me that yellow potion?
Did you give me the yellow potion? Is this the sap?
Ugh. What did you give us?
I forgot that you had this, Bertie. Now looking back, that was a great plan to get rid of that helmet.
Wait, we're not
I
hallucinating?
know.
We're not
No.
hallucinating? Oh.
No, Bertie here got this from Mr. Crankshaft.
Oh, that old geezer?
Well, I mean, he is a pretty aged man, but he wasn't a geezer. He was really fun.
I am a
With
bird.
dogs.
I am a bird. We're
How
all
long-
birds.
How long are we going to be birds?
This is okay.
I
like
think
to
as long
fly.
as we're in here, and then we can climb out. I think it is just a place to sleep tonight. As long as you don't mind being a bird. We have to stand up and sleep, though. We can't lay down. And I think birds, they tuck their head in underneath their wing.
Did any of our gear come in with us? Or are we just birds with feathers in? We have nothing else.
You have no gear. You are just a bird in a birdhouse.
I need to write this down. I need to not forget that this happened.
How could you not
I
forget
don't
this
have-
happens?
Oh, honey. I don't know. My memory's not great. I don't have hands to draw this, though. What do I look like? Am I yellow?
There's a small little mirror, a cheap-looking mirror in which you can perceive yourself.
What? Please tell me what I perceive when I look in this mirror. I can't wait.
Yeah, you
You see a yellow parakeet, a little bit of white on her breast, and 2 beady black eyes.
Okay. I like birds. I like flying. I like sleeping. Did you put this birdhouse in a safe place? What if those goblins come and pick us up?
I'm pretty sure we're in an open field.
Oh, heavens. How do we...
Wait. Anyone can pick up the birdhouse?
I mean, I can leave and go pick up the birdhouse and put it somewhere safe.
Oh, no,
If you-
I can do
wait.
that for us.
Wait, if you leave, can you come back? Are we going to be trapped as birds forever in a birdhouse? How does this work?
Wait, can we leave?
Think we can.
Samoon's gonna hop over to the door. Hey guys, look at my whistle. Anyway, and he's gonna like grab at the knob with his feathers.
It does not work.
What? On the plus side, we all have wings now, so we can all fly. But on the not so plus side, I can't get the door open.
So how are we going to get
Well,
out?
I mean, I can try. Bertie is kind of like a fatter bird. So she's going to go and just kind of headbutt the door. Like,
Hey.
hey!
It does not open, but when you look out the window, you see that this sun is not the same sun that you had just left. And it starts to descend above an imaginary horizon. Time passes in the birdhouse.
I wonder how much.
I'm just going to go to sleep, and maybe with a clear head, this will all be better when we wake up. Not that it's bad, it's just, I'm just used to a certain level of travel and order and not chaos that I've just been missing for the last few days. We went from spiders to creepy tunnel to goblins, and this is just a lot. I'm okay. I'm going to sleep. Just gonna like hop over to the wall and just huddle up and just both wings overhead.
I swear Bertie gave me that yellow drink. This is bad. Wait, maybe I died. Oh, this is the afterlife. I'm dead. That's what happened. The goblins got me. They ate me. I just blacked out. My mind is processing.
Irony?
What?
I'm trying to sleep. Please stop panicking.
He's just pacing from wall to wall. What do you mean? Stop panicking.
Samoon comes up behind Irony. Irony, maybe you are right. Maybe when the goblins ate you, you turned into a chicken. because that's what they really wanted to eat. And we're in their stomach,
What?
and we transformed into chickens.
Reaches both wings on your shoulders. That's terrible! And he falls over to the ground and collapses out of exhaustion.
Samoon doesn't. He thinks he's turning around fully, but it's really just his head turning around. Well, that was easy. Hey, I can see my trail. And then he just starts spinning in circles.
And Bertie, how do you close out this night?
Bertie is trying to whistle a pleasant song, but it's not coming out right. So it's sort of like just deep, throaty squawking sounds instead of nice, chirpy tweets. Trying to sing a lullaby.
Bertie, you awake. Spider webs in your hair, your eyes flutter open, covered in morning dew, and the birdhouse safely nearby. You see Irony huddled up into a corner facing the caved-in mausoleum, Eris sleeping with both her hands over her hair, and Samoon passed out onto the ground, his mouth open, drooling a little bit. How do you awake from this night of rest?
Hey guys!
Every story comes to an ending, so for now we must conclude. Thank you for listening, Sojourners. Your attention will not go unrewarded, and we look forward to continuing this adventure. If you enjoyed this background music and ambiance, you should visit Tabletop Audio. Find them at www.tabletopaudio.com. And take the time to sojourn with us. For articles on playing your very own tabletop role-playing games, visit www.sojournersawake.com. And if you'd like to support the show, you can subscribe to my newsletter on Substack, Sojourners Awake Newsletter. But however you choose to sojourn with us, as always, may your story continue.